I am Kurt, the lead writer. This is Darren, the game director, and together we form Curran or Derek Ert.
Yeah.
What would our building name be? Kurt
Um,
and Darren.
I like Derek. Oh no, I like Carreran.
Carrarian.
Yeah,
It's a
Carreran's
beautiful.
good.
Yeah. Welcome to the chat. If you're chatting, Delphi, I see you there. Welcome to the chat. Sorry, we took a break last week to write, and this week will probably be a short stream because we're still writing, and we're so close, guys. We're almost done.
It's unreal how close we are to finish the book. Well, that's what this stream will be about. Well, I don't think we're going to work on stream today. We're just going to talk about where we're at. And yeah, apologies to people on YouTube as well. The previous stream, I also didn't upload it to YouTube because, to be honest, we didn't really do much. We just talked about the introduction, and uploading the streams to YouTube actually takes me quite a long time to do, a couple of hours, and I just wanted to spend it writing instead. So apologies to YouTube people. I'm sorry.
Cool.
But that's what happened.
Until we have the scratch to have our own YouTube guy, but we'll work on that.
Yeah.
Because that's what a lot of YouTubers have, right? The people you watch, even if it's just two guys talking.
Yeah.
Like I watch Limited Resources, the LSV Magic the Gathering podcast, put it in the background. They have a producer, and it's just two guys talking, but they got like images and stuff. Yeah. It's hard work. YouTube.
So Kurt, what's happening with your goblin hand then?
Oh yeah, so I've been busy too. Aside from I've been typing a lot, and I've been taking care of a son. And then I've also been playing a lot of music, which I'll mention in a second. And this past weekend, after taking care of my son, on Tuesday, I woke up and
you're Spider-Man.
You're Spider-Man. Basically, I had a permanent Spider-Man. I could move my left hand, but I couldn't move my middle two fingers.
Yeah, that's wild.
And it freaked me freaked me out.
It freaked me out too.
Never done that. So I went downstairs, run under warm water, and so I guess it's been getting a little bit better, and it's kind of been like this. So I went to a doctor finally, and they took an X-ray, and there's there's no damage or like bone damage or anything. So
but I assume it'd be tendons, right? It'll be like the flesh.
So it's like so he believes it's like inflammation.
Right.
Dude. So
doctors in Japan always think it's inflammation.
Sure. Yeah. I don't know, but they did pump me full. They basically stuck a bunch of needles in my hand. Full steroid.
Wait, show that off? I didn't see that.
Oh, no, it's just bad.
Oh, okay.
So they just like stabbed me here, and here, and then my hand was like numb for a good 3 to 4 hours. It does feel better now, which is nice.
Okay.
I'm trying not to rotate too much, but I'm also thinking about other situations. Like I've been using like a Mac keyboard, which is pretty flat. Now I'm trying to switch to this and shopping around for like
nice.
Better
keyboard. True. Like laptop keyboards aren't exactly the best.
Yeah, and there's like this thing of like, well, you also gotta, it could be your chair, it could be your table, it could be your posture. It's like, oh god, there's so many fucking variables. Like, I'm not gonna buy a new desk now. Yeah. I guess I can buy a chair, but do you buy the right chair that's right for your posture?
I mean, my scientific brain says that it's unlikely to be the chair or the desk, because if it was that, you'd have the issue in both hands, surely. Like symmetrical.
No, I did like a few months ago. So I went on a working stint, like working on a bunch of worksheets and typing and stuff, and both hands ended up getting kind of fucked up.
Fair enough.
So and that's where it originally happened. I mean, I also thought maybe it was music because I was playing piano. I play more keyboards in my band, which has gained in 2 weeks 50 followers. I know that's not a huge number, but that's
how many followers did you have before that?
Like 180, something. Yeah,
so it's like a 25% increase. That's a pretty big gain.
Yeah, it's not bad. We've been pretty active. So, but because we've been active, Klika, Klika, follow us on Instagram. Because we've been active, I've been playing more piano, and I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
But I am not a pianist.
Yeah, and piano notorious for using the fingers and the wrist.
Yeah. But I'm always playing piano. Because no one else plays piano, but people, hey, Kurt, can you play this song? I was like, all right, and then I play it. So I decided to just try to get good. And what I need to do is take lessons with guys and just like work on my technique with something. So
same, actually.
I will do that.
So I'm actually in a similar circumstance to Kurt. I recently joined an orchestra that performs video game music because Jasmine, my lovely wife and one of the writers on this project, she was in this orchestra, and it's awesome. And they needed a drummer, and I'm a drummer, so I joined.
Yeah.
It's honestly terrifying, and it's still so stressful. Like, I still don't know what to do about it. I'm because for people that don't know, like I play drums for like rock, funk, electronic, whatever music. But usually you play in a band, it's a lot more intimate. Songs are 3 minutes long, typically. And I don't know, you can just feel the music better. But when you're in your orchestra, it's a lot of like ups and downs and section changes and things are just...
Dynamic.
Yeah, lots of more dynamics and there's a lot of like marching snare stuff. It's just not playing drum beats like I've been used to playing drum beats for 20 years. And so it's a different style of playing. And sometimes there could be like 2 minutes of a piece where I'm not playing. Then I have to come in. And it's like, so what, do I count 2 minutes of bars? The answer is no. You learn a few things before then for when to come in, like some cues or whatever. And then they sent me like files, like so many PDFs full of music to learn, and I can't even read it. Everyone else is there just reading the music as they go along, and I'm blind, right? It's like I have to memorize it all. So it's been really difficult. It's been really stressful, but they've been encouraging because they really want a drummer. So I think they're going to compromise with me, and I'm going to get to improvise a little bit.
Because there's an issue with drummers where, like, one, everyone needs a good drummer, and two, most drummers can't read music.
Yeah.
Probably if you're playing rock and so on.
Yeah.
But if you can read music and you take it seriously, you're probably already like a professional or like playing jazz.
Right. True. Yeah.
Which is usually and playing, like you said, playing an orchestra is hard because like a timpani player or a percussion player, you know, they'll play like 10% of what everyone else is playing, but they get paid the same salary.
Yeah.
Because you have to be fucking good. You have to be good.
Yeah.
That shit's hard, man.
But that gets me as well, because like I'm playing the drum kit, right? And there's two, like, I don't want to call them xylophonists. They're not xylophonists. They're playing like a glockenspiel and something like that next to me. And I'm like, okay, you have that part. And then I look at my part, and my part is like 3 parts put together, right? Because I've got the bass drum, the snare drum, and the hi-hat. And then you could just split those 3 parts up into an orchestra and have one guy does the bass drum, one guy does the snare. That's normal, right? So it's just way more complicated. And then the other thing that's getting me as well is that oh shit, I've forgotten now. Oh yeah, I have to play quietly. Like I'm so used to hitting a drum kit at what I consider as a normal volume level to be in a rock band, you know, like it's a driving rock band. Like I actually hit it, and now I'm like hitting it like 33% as hard, and it just feels so uncomfortable. Like I can't groove naturally because I'm not just letting my hand relax. I'm just doing it really gentle, and my rolls are like, my feels are like just feels really weird. So I'm having to get used to that as well.
Can I ask you this? Your orchestra is mostly playing video game music, right?
Yes, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna proffer this idea.
Wait, tell me your idea. And then wait. But actually, before that, there's one piece that we're playing for Xenoblade, which is like pretty much just metal. It's just metal. It has double bass part and everything. It's like proper metal. And even that piece, I can't play how I want to play for metal, and it's blowing my mind. Like if I play how I want to play, I can't hear the rest of the orchestra. No one else can hear anything else either. It's messed up. So I'm like playing these freaking crazy rock beats. I'm supposed to have a double bass pedal, but like I can't do what I want to do because it's too loud. Anyway, what's your idea?
Well, 2 things is one, you need to are you playing with the drum shield?
No.
Okay, so that's probably
we could do that. Yeah, I have done that before. Yeah.
Number two, you guys are playing mostly video game music, right?
Mm-hmm.
You should let them convince you to use a V-drums or electronic drum set.
Well, I mean, I have that. Yeah, we could.
Because like if you think about it, because what you can do is you can make it sound like a real drum set, but on songs where it's appropriate to do like digital sampling for like video game style songs, that would also be appropriate.
Yeah, that's cool, but that's way too out of my zone. But
but at the same time, you'll be able to play with headphones and control your in-ear volume, but then they can control your volume.
Yeah, I know. That's what we've done with NATO heads. Yeah.
And I'm not saying using like you know drum sets are fucking sound good now. Like it can sound good, and I don't think you should be ashamed. You should hesitate to give that. Well, okay, you'd have to take your fucking electric drum set every time.
Yeah, exactly. That's not possible. But for the performance, it could be possible. Anyway, we've been talking too long about music now. We're actually a game design stream.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
We do that. So, and what are we talking about on the stream? Game related today.
We are just going to talk about what the hell we've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and then where the project is.
All the non-political things we've been doing. So, what's the first non-political thing? Just kidding.
I don't know where to start. Let's start with the art book. Why not?
Art book, yeah. I was gonna say art book.
Screen share. Cool. Oh, look at that. It's a blank white page. That's because these are the starting pages. So we have a full draft of
That,
the art book in, um,
oh, beautiful.
which has every piece of concept art and every final piece from the entire book inside it. At the moment, it's 116 pages long, but my main feedback for this art book was that I want it to be longer.
Ooh, can you go?
Yeah,
Can you go up? No, I wanted to go back to that one piece, Chrissy's piece of I forgot Cardo.
Alcala's piece. Oh, this one.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, this piece means a lot to me too because this backer is a friend of mine, and because of him, I play music.
Oh, cool.
And if I didn't meet this man, I wouldn't have met my ex and moved to Japan and met Darren. So this man indirectly led to us meeting.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
There's no way it would have happened. And my son too. I would have had my son if I had not met this.
Yeah,
if he wasn't in my brother's life. So that's something to think about. It's weird. Anyway, I love that piece. And, I love all the book looks really good. Cool pieces. Oh, I love that one too. The Everchild.
Yeah, Everchild's art is fantastic.
Yeah, this is cool. Am I gonna? I need to get a copy from you, but I'll get a. Maybe it's better until we meet up.
Sure. Yeah, but actually, my main feedback for this layout was I forgot exactly what it was. It's actually been a few weeks now, but my main critique was that some of the art could have been given more space, and there's enough room in the book to move things around a bit. So I think I asked him to give the art more space.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So like I think like this one, for example, there's like sketches here, final pieces here, sketches here, final pieces here. But I said, well, just keep the sketch small, make the final piece big, and then just have that as one page, and then the other artwork be another page, and the other artwork be another page. Like try and keep it to one concept piece per page.
Right.
Especially the Caldera here. This thing should be giant. Like this is the final artwork. It should be just its own one page. I want the artwork in here to be bigger than it is in the book, because otherwise, why are you buying the artwork, basically?
Sure, that's a good point. Plus, it's hard to get a sense of scale if your giant is small on the page.
Yeah, true. Oh, actually, then here's a treat for everyone if you're paying attention at home. This is all of the artwork in the Bestiary, which I don't think has really been shown much as of yet, but this is like every creature in the book, and it all looks amazing. A lot of Chrissy art in here as well.
Are only backers getting this? Can you remind me? Are only backers getting this?
No. Anyone who buys it can get it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you'll have some for sale at cons and
yeah,
shops
exactly.
And...
Wait, one,
great.
Two. Is there some artwork missing? No, it's because it's small. That's why. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Chrissy.
Yeah, that's accurate. Okay.
Chrissy has an art show coming up next month.
Yeah.
And normally it's a lot of her art. She has her own art too, but I'm also like, should I just like ask her to? Should I rent another thing and just have her like display the art that she did for the book at this art show?
If she wants to, she can.
Yeah, it's up there because it's but I love a lot of these pieces. They're real cool.
Yeah.
So
my favorite one is the spear. I think this is our Guybolg, and it looks. Awesome.
Yeah.
Like she really
maybe
took the brief and got it all right. Like even the contraption that makes the spears open up is kind of, it looks like tendony, like it looks like it's made of like monster sinew or something. I don't know. I just think it looks awesome.
Yeah, maybe I'll talk to you about it after stream. Like maybe it'd be a cool thing to just. I'm proud of it. Maybe what I could do is get a different booth and just like display this, and then also because I also helped. We all kind of worked on it together. It could be a good way to play this art. Yeah, good shit. I love it. Also, Chrissy's a big fantasy RPG nerd, so she loves like weapons and monsters and stuff. So it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
She's playing She's playing Claire Obscure right now. We'll talk about that.
Oh, good. Yeah, I've been telling you to play that. Good. Well, yeah, talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished it. Yeah. Okay. So next is, where's the book at? What's new for you guys? What's new for you guys is the legendary artifacts chapter is now in the book, which is at the end, scrolling all the way down. Where do we go?
There's some new bits of lore that got plucked out of thin air. That'll be a surprise if you've watched every stream, so that's also kind of fun.
Yeah, legendary artifacts. Here we go. So actually, is it bad to do this? No, that's fine. I actually want your feedback here as well, Kurt, because there's some feedback I'm gonna give out to the layout artist. But I do. If I do, it means them redoing this chapter, which is fine because it's feedback. But also, it will be quicker if we didn't. So maybe we shouldn't. So anyway, this is legendary artifacts chapter. Each clan has 2 legendary artifacts. Each artifact has a whole bunch associated with it. So, for example, Tegai's Mantle. This is a mistake. This should be a symbol here. That's fine. It has an introduction. It has 2 magical abilities. And then it has... Oh, actually, 3 magical abilities. Yeah, it has Tegai's Mastery, Tegai's Truth, and Tegai's Conviction. And then it has a whole bunch of lore associated with it. And this lore reveals the story of the artifact and the people who it belonged to, as well as revealing its powers as well. So our intent is that if the GM wants to, you could limit what powers the players have access to until they discover more about the legendary artifact that they're using. And it might be because, for example, for Tegai's Truth, you have to speak a command word to get it to work. Now, how would you know that command word? You'd have to know the story to know the command word. You'd have to learn about it. You have to research it and find out where they come from. And so this lore reveals what that command word is. And of course, each piece of lore is increasingly more difficult to find. So the true potential of the artifact opens up as you discover more about it. And that leads to quests, which is awesome. And each clan has 2. One of them is supposed to be easier to find and is kind of associated with the people of the clan. And the other one is supposed to be much more difficult to find and is associated with the god and the fae of the clan instead. And you might have to venture into the other world to find it. So that's what the Legendary Artifacts is about. And now we're just going to casually scroll through the chapter, have a look-see, and then I'll ask you for some feedback afterwards. Sure. Is that alright? So here we go. We're going to hack a scroll through the Legendary Artifacts chapter.
Okay, so I'm just looking. I'm looking at aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking. Okay. And should I? Okay, keep going.
You can say or do whatever you want. Tell me to scroll up, scroll down, stop, or comment on something if you want to.
I have some potential comments. And then we'll see. So my first thought is.
Yeah.
So my first thought is. Do you take issue or have concerns about either 2 or more pieces of art being on the same page or art clipping off the page?
Clipping off the page, no. 2 or more pieces on the page, yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
So I could see. So are you saying that it doesn't bother me that much? Like, it's just like, okay, well, there's, this has 2 pieces of art. But is your preference to...
I think what's bothering me is, like, okay, so we have Tegai's Mantle starting here, and then there's the art here, then it continues on over here on the next page, and then there's this artwork here, which is the game board. I guess that's fine. Then it moves on to the next page, and then we have the heart part here with the artwork down there. And then we have the Cauldron of Inspiration over here, but then the Cauldron's over here, beneath the title for Oath Skull of Urdak, which is over there. And it just feels to me like everything's kind of like packed in, and then the art's just kind of put around, and then it's not... It doesn't feel
it's not right. It's not user-friendly. Yeah. Like, I'd rather have the Cauldron, or I'd rather have the harp. Which was it? Go scroll up again to which one's the harp?
The harp, yeah.
I
mean, the harp could be up here.
Yeah, it could be at the top.
You didn't have to be down here. It could just be here.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And then the Cauldron could be up here as well. I don't know, but my favorite page is this one, and that's because it has 1 legendary artifact on this page with its artwork, and 1 legendary artifact on this page with its artwork. And
Can we just not keep that consistent?
Huh?
Can we keep that consistent? Can we just do
I'm going to ask him to do that with everyone. It should be, again, like this one. We have the Chariot on this page, and we have the Guybog on this page, and that's it.
And it gives it more legendary item impact, right?
100%, yeah. And it gives more, and that means there'll be less text on each page as well, which means the artwork could be bigger too. So it just means
Okay.
it will take up more pages, but I'm fine with that. We're okay on page count at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
And this page is the worst, I think, because it's just, I don't know.
That's just like 3 items on one page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well is if we do it that way, which I'm now going to ask him to do, is because the legendary artifacts come in pairs, each pair will be on one spread. So the Penkawa artifact will start here, and the map would be here. I'm sorry, the game board would be here, and each would be on their own page, and then it would be then the Pen Bythe, and then the Pen Levy, and then so on. So it'll be all grouped and nice and wonderful. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. The only issue with that is that, so there was a mistake. I forgot to give him the artwork for what starts this chapter. So it's supposed to be actually a piece of art just on this left-hand side here. And this text is supposed to start on that side of the page. And this text will then introduce the chapter, and then on the next spread is where the artifacts should start. The issue is that there's not that much text. It's just this much. So that means there'll be a gap at the bottom of this page, which we will then have to fill with art. But if I can't find art to fill it with, because we're kind of running out now, we've got so much in the book already, I might just put a quote there or something, right? That's the old tactic. So that'll be fine. Yeah. So that's that. What else is in the book that's new? Oh, any other comments on Legendary Artifacts or anything?
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see its final form.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
that color look good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'm wondering if people on stream, I think you have, but just in case you haven't, have you guys seen like our lore icons? I think they're awesome. Where is it broken? Where's the other one? If I go up here.
And the ULs on that legendary page, those are going to be replaced.
Yeah. Yes, it's like this, right? So this symbol here represents uncommon lore. This symbol here represents rare lore, and this symbol here represents legendary lore, which tells you the difficulty in acquiring that lore. And there's 2 things going on here. One is obviously the colors getting more intense from grey to gold to red, but also the number of spokes on the symbol is increasing. It goes from 3 to 4 to a star with 6. So even if you're like colorblind or whatever, you should still be able to see. It should be intuitive which ones are more intuitive. You don't have to remember. I think you'll just know. Once you see it the first time, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know exactly. We actually tried different colors before this, and it was really annoying, and different shapes as well, and I couldn't tell. And then as soon as I switched to these, I was like, oh yeah, I get it immediately, and it became quite intuitive, which is wonderful.
Yeah. Plus, we'll be able to use these symbols when we finally design our own Legends of Avalon deck building game.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Okay, next thing is all the fairy tricks are done as well. That's happened.
Hey!
I've designed every fairy trick. There's 87 of them. No, wait, there's less than that. 77 of them. And they are now in these tables. These tables will change as well. How it should have been is this table should be above this table on one page, and this table should be with this table together on one page, and then this will be one page. That's how that will end up being. I'm going to talk to the layout guy to make that happen. But yeah, there's loads of them. And I just designed a whole bunch more that I'm really happy with. Went through them, chose my favorites, and then assigned them. I tried to assign them because they're supposed to be assigned to each of the tarot cards that has some kind of meaning associated with the tarot card itself, right? The trick should relate to the tarot card that it exists on. They're not unrelated. So the 6 of Wands has a meaning to it, which I have written down somewhere. Also thanks to Zilphia and other people that helped out giving me all that information. Yeah, big hands to Zilphia. The meaning's not on here because there's no space for it, but you can look up those meanings and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's why this fits together. But then when it came down to it, I had like some extra ones that I designed, and so I had some holes. And I couldn't fill the holes, dude. It was like this stupid jigsaw puzzle where like this one could go here or could go here, and I put it there, but then there was nothing that they go to this one here. And if I put this one here, then that one can't go there. It was all that kind of nonsense, and it was driving me insane. I was like, I can't spend any more time doing this. I'm just going to choose randomly, but that didn't feel good, right? But then Jasmine came to the rescue. She was like, I'll do it. And I'm like, I don't know, this is pretty difficult. Are you sure? And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, okay, fine. So I gave her everything, and she started from scratch. Like even the ones that I designed specifically for a certain card, she like took it all out and started from scratch with a list of like 100 tricks and then put them in one by one. And I was like, dude, I don't think this is going to work. This like whatever. But then she did it, And then it was done. And I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is actually really good. And what was crazy was that some of the ones that I designed specifically for a certain card, she'd put somewhere else. That made perfect sense. And then another one had been slotted in that space that also made perfect sense. I was like, So I was over the it was just something that I was dreading doing that I really couldn't do. I was really stuck on it, and then she just did it for me, and that was the best.
That's the value of outsourcing.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Especially when they're perfect. Good job, Jasmine. Oscar.
Yeah. I guess Zilpia, any particular cards fairy tricks you want to see for a particular card? While we're on stream here, quickly. If not, I'll move on. But you have an opportunity to ask me.
I want to see the King of Swords.
The King of Swords. King of Swords. You are compelled to distrust everything anyone claims.
Okay, so it's just me.
Yeah.
It's just.
Actually, I wish we had space to put the tarot card meanings in here, but we really don't. But like, you'd have to look up on a website the King of Swords to know why that makes sense. But it does make sense.
Was Jasmine into tarot as well before?
No. I just had the meanings. I think the one thing I had to give up was originally I wanted the cards to, because each card has a meaning and an inverted meaning, which is like the card upside down that has like a bad side to it, kind of sort of. And I wanted all the tricks to go with the bad side, but that ended up being kind of annoying because you'd get cards like the Fool, and then the trick wouldn't make you a fool. It would make you like, something different from what you'd expect from the card name. And I realized that actually maybe that wasn't a thing to hold on to, really. I should just design it for whatever makes sense on the trick and the most intuitive thing on the card that works with it. So some of them are for the inverted version and some of them are for the upright version. Though usually they have a connection between them anyway, and some of them work for both. So that's how that ended up going. Yeah. Anyway, that's not done. So yeah, Fairy Trick's done, Legendary Artifacts is done. Also what is done is the Bestiary is now done. And this is freaking, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's behemothing? That's not a word, but I just made that a word. It is a behemoth. It is behemothic. It is behemothal. Yeah. How would you adverb that adjective?
I say behemoth. So I feel like my first inclination would be behemithic. Behemithic.
Behemithic. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, that's where I was at. But I think I said it wrong. Behemithic. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So I'd actually designed all of the Avalan creatures a few weeks ago, and I started working on the D20 ones, and it was going okay, but it was actually stressing me out because 5e I'm not as familiar with it anymore, and I was constantly second guessing myself. I was like, is this how it should be? And I didn't want to just give up and just do it without any care to the world. So I ended up hiring Dice Average TTRPGs, who's a chap who worked with me for Against the Fairy Queen on my D20 stuff there, and he did it in 2 weeks on his spare time and freaking nailed it. And so that was just again outsourcing. That was a important decision. That was really useful. So what do we have here then? We have an introduction. Thanks to my community on Discord, shout out our Discord, I once gave a poll to them and asked them what order should the beasts be in the bestiary. And I wanted to do them organized by creature type, I suppose. Alphabetical is just a stupid order, I'm sorry. It just is. I don't agree with bestiaries of alphabetical. Yeah, what's your thoughts?
I mean, the original My Favorite Monster Manual was alphabetical, and it's useful. It's kind of useful if all the monsters are already kind of familiar to you, and you have the orc and dragon, all these like checkpoints that make it easy to search through. But if it's like a world, and you have different regions, I think it makes more sense to do it by region. By
region, yeah, exactly. And my argument as well is that if you want alphabetical, you can just go to the index. That's all in there in alphabetical. Anyway, right? But
then you have to go to the back of a book.
Yeah. But actually, you're right. So thinking about it, if you're right, if our world wasn't as structured, and if our creatures weren't related to each other, I think there would be an argument for alphabetical. But in Avalan, we have specific types of monsters that are all related to each other in some kind of way. So I've grouped them by how they're related. So like all the Fae are together, all the Weirds are together, all the Unshapen are together, all the Fiends are together, and all the Fietid are together, because these are all like similar creatures. But then my community was like, well, could you include a table to do what the second vote was, which was to do it in difficulty order, in challenge rating order? And that's really useful for game masters if they're making content, because they want to find a creature that matches the challenge rating that they're working with. And then when you go through these damn books, what do? You just flip through every page and just look for the numbers and try and find some? But no, we now have a table that has that for you. So all of the apprentice monsters are listed here. All the adventurer monsters, all the veteran monsters, all the heroic monsters, all legendary monsters. And then the D&D CR rating is also listed here as well if you're playing Dungeons & Dragons or 5e or D20 games. They don't match perfectly, like the CR for D20 games isn't in numerical order because they don't. The way that both systems use challenge is differentiated, but it is pretty similar, and I explain how it works below. I'm not going to go into details now how this works, but it's still useful and it's wonderful and it's great. Thanks to Discord for giving us this idea. I wouldn't have done it without the Discord, so it's literally in the game because of the Discord. So thank you guys.
Love you, Discord.
Yeah. And then we have the actual creatures, and there's 5 Fae, and I went the extra mile and also did the Tell with Take as well. So every Fae actually has 2 monster entries, a Fae level and then a Tell with Take level, which is like a much higher tier creature that's much more powerful. So it has all of those. So there's 10 Fae entries. There's twice as much Fae as there are other creatures, which feels appropriate. It's a Fae Seeker's Guide. And then we have the Weirds, which is the giant birds, the giant serpents, the Begain, the angry talking trees, the weird Flamigin. We have the Unshapen, which are spirit creatures. And then we have the Fiends, which are like the Balvin She, and the Fiath, and the Spriggan, and the Trow, and the Werebeast. And then we have the monsters, which are the Theathra, and these are behemothhic. Like the Avunk stat block is insane, and that's not all of it. This is the Avunk stat block, and then it has Serpent Heads as well, which have their own stat blocks.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
how many pages in the book do you think the
yeah. So this currently is like 88 pages in this document, but in the book it will take up a lot less than that because the
sorry, I'm referring specifically to the Phaethra. How many pages will
I expect the Phaethra to take up 1 spread per Phaethra. That's my intent. So I'll have huge artwork and then massive stat blocks. And that'll be that, yeah. And I'm actually concerned it'll take up more than a spread. That would probably be a little bit of an issue because it might get awkward with just layout and stuff. But I'm thinking it will take a whole spread each, which would be awesome, yeah. And here's the best part: all of these creatures have so they also have descriptions, and then they also have the lore. They have uncommon lore, rare lore, and some of them have legendary lore as well. And this is us giving you super secrets into the world. And also the cool thing is that each creature's rare lore is a trick for the monster. It's either a weakness that it has that you can exploit or a way to avoid combat. So for example, my favorite example is the Bubak. The Bubak. Their rare lore is that they're gamers. And Bubak love games, but more importantly can be endlessly distracted by them if given the chance. So if your players learn this and they come across Bubak, well, they can propose to play a game, and the Bubak will be, they'd be so tempted to say yes that you can just avoid a conflict and make something else happen, basically.
They're basically eternal basement dwellers. They just basement in the other world, and instead of beards on their neck, it's all over their whole body.
Yeah. Whereas the uncommon lore tells you about how they fight, which is also useful for players to know. So for example, Bubak avoid combat where possible, preferring to remain out of sight and create illusions to scare foes away. If forced to fight, they will use their defensive spells, fly to hard to reach places, and shoot magic from a distance. So that A tells the game master how to use them, and B, if the players then discover that, they'll then know what they to expect when they fight a Bubak, which is great. But if they learn the rare lore, well, then they can find another way to get past them as well. So that's
you'll have to remind me. Do we have a section at the beginning, giving tips on how to use tips, small tips for the game master on how to spoil these bits of lore?
That'll be in the lore section that is in early where I explain the whole lore system. Yeah.
So it applies to everything.
Yeah, exactly. But we do have at the beginning of the section here the introduction that lets you know what's going on here. It lets you know this pattern that yes, the uncommon lore is what this is for, the rare lore is what that's for, and so on and so forth. So for example, for the Avunk, they have super weaknesses, right? So the Avunk has this crazy powerful ability. I think we just talked about this in the stream before. Maybe not, I can't remember. But I've given it this. There's this region in the other world called the Unmaking, right? Which Kurt came up with.
Mm-hmm.
The word for it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I came up with the
know.
idea. You came up with the words, made it into a thing that we could then talk about, which was kind of important.
Sure. Yeah. It's all a unmaking haze. But
yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know, what I find really fun often is making things backwards compatible was actually kind of exciting. Because the volume's so big now, it's our third book. I have to make it backwards compatible, but also it's fun to do that. I can think of a few examples in this Bestiary, but one of them here is like, we've said that the Avunk disappears because it can go invisible, right? And that makes it really confusing to fight. But when we had this Unmaking idea, I had this concept of what if the Avunk is so weird and scary because it can live in the Unmaking? That's weird and special and unique, and we could give it to this creature, and that's strange. And then I thought, well, okay, if it can live there, what if it could teleport there? And then I was like, okay, the Avunk can, not only can it become invisible, but it can also literally disappear back to a different realm. And you don't know which. And that's completely compatible with previous lore, because we just said it disappears. And now we're saying, oh, it actually literally disappears as well. And then the weakness to fight. And then one scary thing about that is if it holds you, it could bring you with it. And you can't survive the Unmaking. You get unmade into like chaotic particle and just completely dissipated, right? But I've given it the weakness. And this ties into the very first story that appears in the Legends of Varlan core rulebook. There's a tale of these heroes fighting these Avunk in the other world. But the key part is that the fight with the Avunk happens on land, not in the water. And so I've given it this weakness. And also the Ever Elders battle against the Avunk also took place on land, right?
Yeah.
And so
spoiler alert, he basically starved it in a chasm, in a deep cave, right?
Yeah. And so I've said here that, okay, this power that it has, that it can disappear whenever it wants, back into the Unmaking and pull anyone with it and kill them, it only works when it's underwater. And that means if you get it on land, A, it can't disappear, like literally disappear and flee the fight, it has to fight you. And B, it doesn't have access to the superpower that can kill anyone at any instant. So once you learn this, you'd be advised to fight it on land, essentially. And so all of the Feithra have this kind of like little secret thing inside them that makes them easier to fight, that you can learn by talking to the Tawith Taig or other such things, which I think is really cool. So yes, this is massive, it's huge, it's epic, I'm very excited for it. And I think that's everything. So now we can talk about what is next, what remains. What remains is I've just finished the secret lore chapter for the Pendreich, for the lore. Today, after this stream, I'm going to write all the adventure hooks for that chapter. Kurt's currently writing the secrets chapter for the Everfather's Court of Fae. While he's doing that, I'm going to write the introductions that are left over for the other chapters, which includes the introduction to the book, the lore, and I think a few other chapters need like an introductory paragraph essentially at the start.
Sure.
And that's it. And then once I've done that, I'm going to meet Kurt at the other end and help do whatever's left over from the Pendreich, from the Everfather's lore. And then the book is done, except for the credits. And the credits will be finished. Oh, and the book cover as well I need to do.
Sure.
I'll do that, yeah.
I guess obviously I'd also like to take a pass at some of the introduction stuff and see how those look too. But let's just push through and
yeah. So today's Thursday. Yes, I'm planning to get that adventure stuff done by this week, and I think next week I'll finish the introductions. And I'm hoping the book will be like all the content will be written by next Tuesday. Is where I'm currently aiming for. And then it will go for layouts, and then once it's laid out, the PDF will be released to backers through BackerKit. I need to make the BackerKit. And then we'll be collecting everyone's names and stuff for the credits, and then the final PDF that isn't like a sample draft version with all the typos fixed and everything will be released at a later date when it goes into production.
So beta PDF.
Beta
basically.
PDF, yeah.
So how long will people have the beta PDF for before we?
Well, we need to give people time to respond to the survey to give them credits. So I reckon at least 2 weeks.
Okay, cool. So that means we all have 2 weeks to sit with it for a second before it
Has a final
before we push.
version. Yeah, true.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No.
Then
Exciting.
that's where we'll leave it then. So it's gonna be a short stream today. I say short. I think it's 45 minutes.
I think we basically streamed the same amount we normally.
No. We usually stream for like an hour and a half. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
But yeah, all right. Let's get to it. Hopefully next week there's good news.
I won't be here next week. I just realized I'm going to Belgium to see some friends in Europe, so I won't be streaming next week.
Going to Belgium? That's exciting.
Yeah. You know what's wild? It's like the train journey from London to Belgium via the Eurostar, go underwater across the channel, under the channel, is as fast and the same price as the train journey from Cardiff to London. So one more time, the train journey from London through England, under the channel, through France and to Belgium is the same price as the train from Cardiff to London, which is an hour and a half.
That blows my mind.
Yeah, and the train journey from Cardiff to London is the most expensive train per mile in the UK, and I don't know why. It's just messed up. I don't know.
Just people don't want to go to London or vice versa?
No, it's just extortionate. It's just the train companies are extortionate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. That sounds like you guys should revolt.
Well, yeah, the trains used to be nationalised, right? It used to be a national rail service. A lot of the utilities were nationalised and they were unnationalised.
Don't like that.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
So that's what's happening next week. So then it'll be another 2 weeks then until we'll stream.
And hopefully that's a PDF stream, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. There could be a PDF reveal stream. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zilphia. We'll see you soon. Hopefully in 2 weeks with 100% good news. So.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you, Kurt.
All right. Thank you. All right. We'll see you guys soon. We will see you later.